Hi, and welcome to Succeeding in an Online Course. What's all the fuss? As you may know, online courses are different. First thing is the power is yours. You are in control of the course. You control the value of the course. You control the social aspect of the course. You control the depth of the material. I cannot walk back in the classroom and, prevent you from playing video games or goofing off or Skype chatting with somebody else while you're supposed to be learning the material. In this respect, online courses require a lot of, so-called homework. But remember, the power is yours. If you're not getting enough value out of a course, typically on an online course, you don't want to blame the professor. You want to see what you're doing that you can improve. That's not to say that the professor is always right in an online course, but a lot of times online courses suffer because we're never taught how to engage in an online course. So what does the professor do? I can't say what every professor does for an online course, but for me, in the online courses I teach, the professor is the facilitator. And I pledge to you that I will do the following. I will provide you with engaging materials. I will give you feedback on your assignments so that you know what you did well and where you might be able to improve if you need any improvement. I will support you to do excellent work. So one of my goals as a professor in an online course is to challenge you to be a better online student. I will work to provide you with opportunities for success. I'm not one of those professors that typically says once and done. If you need a little bit of extra work on an assignment to get the perfect grade, I might say, hey, look, you could do this, and you'll probably have everything you need and just continue to do that throughout the course of the semester. And I will challenge you intellectually. A lot of times this comes in the form of a question. If I see an idea that might not be fully formulated, I might challenge that idea and ask you to elaborate a little bit more. So, some tips for being in an online course. First, post early, post often. Asynchronous chats are the key to an online course. A very successful, good online course, in my opinion. Asynchronous chat, of course, is the forum. So you'll post something and someone else will post something, and you might even begin to have a dialogue. So post early and post often. My rule of thumb is log into the class for at least 20 minutes every day, even if you don't think you have anything in the course to do. Just log in and read the forum posts. You might see a whole bunch of opinions that disagree with your own based on an article or a book reading. And you might say, why does everybody see it this way when I see it this way? And you might go back and find that they've misread it or you've misread it, and you can use that as a fodder for conversation. But again, post early, post often. Probably want to be in the course about 20 minutes minimum per day. In the same vein, get the reading and content work done early in the week. This is going to be your basis for your blog posts and your forum discussions and any synchronous chat, live chat that we have is going to be the reading and content work. The earlier you get started, the quicker you get that done, the more benefit you'll get out of all of the other things that happen in the course. This is a pet peeve of mine, but it's absolutely true. The phrase, I agree with you, is less than meaningless. So here's the situation. Here's the scenario in which this happens. Students post something in the forum. My forum posts usually have 3 or 4 questions in them. So student posts something, and then another student comes along and posts, I agree. Okay. Do you agree with question 1, question 2? Do you agree with everything that the student says? Why do you agree? You shouldn't be coming into any course with your opinions fully formed, so how is it that you agree? What's better is to say, I agree, but I have questions. Questioning is an art form. As a teacher, you need to know how to do it. So practice all you can. So agree and question. Say, you said that blah, blah, blah. said blah, blah, blah. But I thought that he was talking about something else. Or I thought that she was referring to blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? So instead of just saying, I agree with you, read, understand, and challenge. Maybe not even challenge, but extend the original idea. You're working to create meaning. You're working to understand each other. So you need to engage more than just single 1 or 2 line sentences. If you don't know, ask. Ask. I can't tell you how many times I've got to the end of a course and I've had a student come up to me and say, well, I never knew how to do this, so I didn't do it. Well, okay, that's great, but now's not the time to ask. If you don't know, don't struggle in silence. Ask. Questioning is the first sign of wisdom. When you find that you are able to ask questions without feeling like you don't know something is a bad thing, you're starting to gain wisdom. And finally, post in the water cooler forum. By posting in the water cooler forum, you are engaging in social activity, and you know Vygotsky and Piaget both argue that education is at its heart a social activity. So the better you get to know your classmates, the better you get to know those people who you are with, the better you can engage with them and the more comfortable you'll feel in the class. I'll engage in the water cooler forum too. I love doing that. I love socially interacting with my students in the water cooler. Okay, thanks. It's going to be a great class, and I look forward to reading everything that you have to say.